The Ateneo is a treasure trove, and each place on campus has its well-kept secret. Good morning, I'm Ryan Chua. Join us as we explore the stories behind the places. This is Stories from the Hill. About 400 dormers, the Cervini and Eliazo residence halls are usually private. But not on September 13, when the dorms opened their doors and let outsiders in.
The residence halls are normally off limits to non-dormers, but this rule took a break as the Cervini Eliazo Residence Students Association opened its doors to non-dormers for the annual open house on September 13. The Festival, this year's open house welcomed dorm visitors not just to the deep secrets of the dormers' rooms, but also to carnival rides, foods, and lots of fun. For once, Cervini and Eliazo halls were not so private. No one knows what happens within these halls in ordinary school days, but during this time of the year, the dormers show it all, and more.
This event is very important to me because I can get to roam around Cervini, which everyone is not normally allowed to do.
Dormer said this year's open house was one of the biggest ever, as it turned Cervini Field into a typical town area with games and rides to enjoy.
The last time I saw yung yung rides here on campus sa college, I was still a college student. That was in 1977. Yeah.
Hallways were decorated to impress.
Basically, what we had in idea was just everybody coming in, and we had fun.
And the rooms, Dormer said, were unusually clean.
I think it's interesting.
Why?
I don't know. I just got to know my friend more by just looking at his corner there.
For the Dormers, the open house was the perfect chance to introduce their home to the university.
Main times of the year, we remain close because we want time for our dormers to study, parang time for themselves also. But this time, it's open, means we are not exclusive.
This is Ryan Chua, reporting.
In the UAAP in July 26, we saw the Eagles come up with a heart-pounding victory over their arch rivals, the De La Salle Green Archers.
And this place stood witness to fans who went great lengths by even spending the night here, just to make sure they could see the September 9 rematch live.
Ateneans camped out in Manang's last Wednesday night to make sure they could get tickets for today's Ateneo La Salle basketball game. Students came in groups and brought their laptops and playing cards to fight the boredom of what they knew would be hours of waiting for the release of tickets. With some arriving as early as 7:30 on Wednesday night, by 10 that evening, 100 Ateneans had already arrived and signed on the list indicating the order of their arrival. Confusion arose though when a roll call was held at 3 a.m., resulting in the removal from the list of those who were not present then. Karen Tiambeng, who was first on the list and was present when the names were called out, said the roll call was unfair for others who may have just left to buy food or go to the comfort room, for they would have also lost their slots. Marlon Ibabaw says the list was problematic since others would have their friends sign for them or just write their names first and go home to come back only when the tickets were being sold.
So parang unfair naman doon sa mga nagstay na yung mga iba natutulog sa bahay nila kasi darating na sila at the time na magbibigay ng ticket. So unfair sa mga nagstay dito talaga.
At past 6 in the morning, the students packed up their tents, cartons, comforters and pillows and formed their lines beside the covered courts where they would again wait for another 2 hours before the release of tickets. At 8:30 a.m., the tickets finally arrived, bringing life and excitement to the students as this signaled that their long wait was finally coming to an end. A very happy Karen Kiambeng was seen as she, the first person in line, finally got her ticket.
Masaya na ako. Makakapag-test na ako English.
Okay.
This is where all the excitement and drama leads up to. The actual game day. Just like in the request for the Holy Grail of PAAP tickets, Ateneans have one battle cry for today's ball game. One big fight. This is Austin Alcantara reporting.
Nationally acclaimed Dulaang Sibol has been around for over 50 years.
But most of us have only seen its exterior. At Yeperku, what's hidden from most of us is its best kept secret. A place run like a Jesuit house.
Joining the Ateneo High School's Dulaang Sibol isn't just about good theater. It's much like entering a Jesuit seminary. The boys of Sibol do the usual singing and acting, yes? But they also hear Mass together and pray. And they internalize their songs and scripts by way of meditation.
You find God in everything we do. It's not compartmentalized. Not if we pray and then...
In fact, Sibolistas even follow house rules straight from the Jesuit novitiate.
Practices ng mga Jesuit novices. Parang na kinuha namin, parang bilis siya on the practices nila. Kunyari, one practice is yung bell. Once the bell rings,
Ayun. Bagsi reminds his boys that once the bell rings, they should stop whatever they're doing and go where the bell sound comes from. The bell for them symbolizes the call of God. To pray and to make a play are two things that sound so separate, but maybe not. As the Jesuits would say, we can find God in all things. Paterno S. Makel reporting.
Sibol founder Onofre Pagsanghan shows that at the heart of theater are discipline and passion.
Don't move to the left, don't move to the right. You know where you're going. Alright, go. Head bow, go. Alright, and, without rushing, alright, fine,
The Ateneo High School Theater Group Dulaang Sibol prepares for its performance in the Alay kay Maria concert. The concert is a tribute for the birthday of Mary and Sibol founder Onofre Pagsanghan, better known as Sir Pagsy, will again be directing Sibol's performance.
Alay kay Maria will be staged at the Dulaang Sibol Theater, also known as the Onofre Pagsanghan Theater. Sir Pagsy is the brains and the heart behind Dulaang Sibol.
Sanghan founded Sibol 50 years ago and is directing it until today. He's known to be a strict and passionate mentor.
John, naisip mo na? Is there any person to whom you go for that today? John? Seryoso, meron o wala?
Pagsanghan teaches the boys the importance of internalizing and performing from the heart. For example, he asks them to think of the crucifixion of Christ to internalize the song.
kasi sir would like to always stress na, especially in things like this, yung Jesus nasa krus na kabayuban, parang it always has to be internalized. It has to be based on truth.
Pagsanghan explains that he just works in the same way that the members do. The boys practice even on the last day of school.
Nothing spawns generosity as much as people who love the work that they're doing because they find meaning in what they're doing.
Ayu Makaraig reporting.